Capital Area Council Boy Scouts, Waterloo District, Cub Scouts. I'm DeAnna Perry, and I'm a Cub Master. This is an adventure for our second graders, our wolves. To get it started off right, let's do our opening ceremony. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. On my honor, I will do my best to do my duty to God and my country and to obey the Scout law, to help other people at all times, to keep myself physically strong, mentally awake, and morally straight. The Scout law in sign language. A Scout is trustworthy, loyal, helpful, friendly, courteous, kind, obedient, cheerful, thrifty, brave, clean, and reverent. 2. Your first requirement on this adventure is to plant some seeds, or a seed even. Take care of it for 30 days. That means watering it, making sure that it's getting enough sunlight, and that you are drawing a picture of it every week, unless you have a camera that you can take a picture every week to show how your plant is growing as it gets bigger. Now, if you take a clean paper towel, get it wet, damp, choose what kind of seeds you want to grow. Cucumber seeds are really easy to grow, especially this time of year. But you can grow whatever kind you would like. But it's kind of fun if you are growing it from leftovers. That might sound silly, but you can grow using nothing but water. You will have to check with your grown-ups, whoever says you're cooking. What I have here is the end of an onion. See the very bottom of it? This is kind of like an avocado. A lot of people use this to sprout and grow avocados for their own avocado trees. Sweet potatoes are the easiest type of vegetable to grow, but here in Austin there have not been any sweet potatoes at all in the stores that I could find for the past month. This you'll be able to see grow, but you will have to ask your grown-up to help you with this. You'll have to get 4 toothpicks, like you see here, put them in, and put them on top of whatever cup or glass you're going to try growing them in. Now, if this was a sweet potato, as a sweet potato grows, it will fill all of this completely up with roots as it grows, and it'll grow really nice flowers on a big vine. With onions, it doesn't work that way, but as a bonus, when you do this, you'll see the roots grow on the bottom. On the top, it'll look like a tree that will sprout up. That's a green onion, okay? And that's something that once it grows big enough, you can cut it off and eat it. Or it's real good to use in whatever you're cooking, especially soups and salads, using green onions. That's one way that nothing but water, you can grow your own food. It's a little bit harder when you're planting a seed to grow. With that, first thing you need to do is gather up some pebbles, small rocks. If you don't have small rocks, you can do like I did. It's kind of hard to see from in here, but what I did, I put some aquarium gravel in here because I have an aquarium, but I don't have any fish, I don't have any lizards or any snakes. They all live outdoors. But the aquarium gravel or the small pebbles that you use act as drainage, and they keep, as you water it, it'll go down to the bottom. Don't be alarmed if you see the top of this start to fog up. What you'll need to do is have either, I used a larger water bottle of water, because it's thinner, but any drink bottle from soda you can use. Again, this is something a grown-up must help you with. You will need to have very sharp scissors. That was what they will be using. And if you cut about as big, however big you want your plant container to be, you decide, okay? But you're going to cut it, the bottom of the bottle around the top. I put in my gravel, the sand, then I put in regular dirt. If you have potting soil, you can use that too. Whatever you have, use it. But be sure, put your pebbles in first, then a layer of sand, and then the regular dirt. That is what your plant will grow in. Every plant has to have three things to grow. Has to have water. Has to have food. Okay? It gets food from the dirt that it grows in. It has to have air, because without air, your plant won't know and won't grow strong, because if there's no wind to blow it, it's not going to move, and it won't grow as strong as a plant if it grows at all without air. A terrarium is a tiny little ecosystem. That's like a world inside glass. In our case, it's a world inside a drink bottle. Did I put the layers in there? On the top, I put some rocks. I put a little cat that I have. If you have toy small dinosaurs, any type of animal, this is yours. You can grow it the way that you want to. But you put all that in there, and you can either add your own plants, or you can put seeds in here to grow seeds inside your terrarium, because once everything is in there and you put water on it, and I can already see that this has water has sunk down to the bottom, you're going to take your top that you cut off and just slide it over the top. Okay? Now, by doing that, it makes it real easy for you to check on it. You just open it up, check on it. If you need to add something, you can add it. If you need to take something out, you can take it out. But you're going to want to keep this closed, because that's how it will grow best. You will probably see water fogging up on the inside. That's the way it's supposed to be. That's keeping the water inside the bottle so that your plant can grow, so that your seed can grow, and it can keep on going. Now, I only planted one little plant in there, but since I took some paper towels and put the seeds in there first, then I put water on them, put them inside a baggie, check it every few days, keep it in a warm place. Your seeds can start to grow before you put them either in your terrarium or whatever container you choose to grow your plant in. Just be sure, don't forget the layers you have to have. Pebbles on the bottom, then your sand. If you have activated charcoal, you can add some of that with your sand. After that, your regular dirt. Make a hole, put your seeds in it, cover it up about that deep. Okay? Add water to it. You want it to be moist, but not real wet. And you don't want to keep it soaking wet. You want it to be able to dry out. That's how your plant gets strong, and that's what will help it grow. That's your plant's job. Your only job is to take care of it and watch this for 30 days. Every week, either take a picture of your plant as it grows. If you don't have a camera, you can draw a picture showing how it's grown. It's really fun to be able to grow your own plants and see on your own how food gets made, where it comes from, and why it's so important. If you really want to be adventurous, you can grow a whole bunch of plants in a little container called a seed tray. That's something that you can get from any community garden, Home Depot, plant places, where you can grow a bunch of different plants, plant a lot of different seeds in these little separate containers, and see how that works. It's up to you to decide which seeds to use. Like I said, cucumbers, but you can try anything. You can also take the end of a carrot, the part with the leafy stuff on it, or the brown stuff, the end of it, not the part that you eat, but the other end. About that much. Take it, put it in a saucer or in a little cup, put about that much water in it, about 1/4 of an inch of water. Keep the water in there, and growth will start to come out of the top of the carrot. This is not going to grow another carrot, but it will grow carrot greens. Those are real good things to add to your salads, to your soups, just about any kind of food that you're cooking. They're a real nice leafy green that they have a lot of nutrition and they're easy to grow. You can grow food from your leftovers on your own table. Now, with this onion, this has only been here for about an hour, and I can already start to see part of the roots are starting to come down and grow. That's how fast it can happen. Within a week, you should be able to see, it'll look like a little tree coming up. That is a green onion, and that is what will grow out of nothing but water. Something that you also need to understand is about our grow zones here in the United States. They start up in Alaska, real far north, is number 1. It goes all the way down to number 13. Number 1 in Alaska, near the North Pole, that is when things can grow when it is 60 degrees below zero. Most of you have probably never had to live anywhere or go anywhere where it was below zero. That is very, very cold. But that is 1A. That is the first grow zone. We live in the grow zone 8. That's about halfway in between. 13 is when the coldest it ever gets is 70 degrees. And that is places like very far southern California, Hawaii, very far southern Florida, and some parts of the southern Gulf Coast of Mexico and Texas. You'll be able to see the orchards that they grow there of things like grapefruits and oranges. Those don't grow very well here in Austin. A job that you have, which is one of your requirements, is that you need to visit either a botanical garden, that's a garden that grows flowers, or a community garden. A community garden usually grows vegetables and fruits, but can also grow some flowers. Flowers are important because that is how our crops stay pollinated by the bees, and we're able to keep growing our own food here in the United States to take care of ourselves. You need to learn about 2 different kinds of food that are growing in that community garden. Learn about them, find out about them. It might be zucchini squash. It can be watermelon, cantaloupes, like I said, carrots, all kinds of vegetables and greens like lettuce. All of those grow in community gardens. And you need to visit one of those. If you can't go in person, use a computer. Again, ask your grown-up for help and go on a virtual visit like we're doing here. visit a community garden or a botanical garden like Lady Bird Johnson Wildflower Center. There's also a very good botanical garden in Zilker Park here in Austin. But you don't have to go to either one in person. You can do all of that online, stay indoors, stay safe, and stay inside air conditioning. It's very important that you keep track of what's going on and that you let your Cub Master know what you've learned and what you've been completing so that you'll be getting credit for all the work that you're doing during summer scouting and virtual scouting. WaterlooDistrict.org is our website. Please be sure that your parents know to visit that website. That's where you'll find all the instructions for everything that we're doing in Scouting from Home this entire time. And every wolf, please be sure that you don't forget any of those scout laws, but especially clean. That means keeping yourself clean, your clothes clean, your rooms clean, keeping your hands washed. The cleaner you keep yourself, the less likely someone will be able to get your germs or that you can catch germs from them. Something else I want all of my wolves to concentrate on, that just means focus. Focus not just on being clean, but about being helpful. You can be helpful by doing something as simple as doing your schoolwork, helping out around the house. Ask if there's anything you can do to help besides keeping your own room clean. See if there's anything else you can help with around your house. All of this together is what makes you a Wolf Scout, and when you're finished being a Wolf Scout, you will be ready to be a bear. That's what you'll turn into in the 3rd grade. Thank everybody. Don't forget to visit WaterlooDistrict.org and like our page and let us know how your scouts are doing on their virtual den meetings for wolves. Thank you, and everyone have a wonderful week.